put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 59. Ready to go.
Now Ryan on first down. Open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Falcons.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Cousins to throw it. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Check right, check right.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, Delta.
Here we go.
Cousins. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Wide. 54. 54. Bravo. Push him back.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing is Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Receiver. Gun. Quiet.
3rd and long for Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 31. Wait. Smooth.
Now Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Gurley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Again, 4 yards. 1st down, Atlanta.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Vikings 3, Falcons nothing.
Go. Ready. 280. Got it. Hey. I-7. 55 to mine. Check. 55 to mine. You don't know no better.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. he's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Treadwell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Check 55, Mike. Here we go. Here we go.
51, Tom! 51, Tom! Hey, exit.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Complete to Bryant. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
First down, Atlanta.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready, Mike 25.
Mike 54. Let's go.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Hey, wait.
Here's Ryan. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Vikings 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
54.
65.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
58 right there. Here we go, G. Chance.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throwing again on second down. Ryan. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Ryan now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10.
Team 6.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Ryan now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's first and 10.
Go.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Short throw underneath to Hurst. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Ryan. It's caught by Treadwell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ryan in the offense with a first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Throwing again, Ryan. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Gage as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Give to Cook out of the gun. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
54 Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I got him. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, Rick Lance. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, space. Watch the ship.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Ryan. And he rifles one incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Jones has it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Gurley. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
39. Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Now it's Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any... And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Hey, Orbit.
54.
After the sack on first down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 11 yards. It's 4th down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike.
Now Cousins on 4th down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
5-yard gain on the play.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. And going deep for Hill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
It's our time. It's our time.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, 40 yards. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Cousins again. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strike.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 24. Now Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Cousins to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4th down, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got him. Hey, South. Over here. I need one over here. Gun. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. 58. Let's make these babies cry.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 33. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Here we go. Check. First. Check hot route. Hey, yo.
Throwing, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Five. Gun.
45, Mike, 45. Let's go, D.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
Mike 54.
Watch the eye.
Wait!
Ryan wants to throw it. Short throw underneath to Hurst. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Atlanta, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.